Have you ever felt the weight of being labeled all over the place because of your many passions? If so, let me ask you this. Are you ready to break free from the shackles of societal norms and boldly showcase your ability to innovate and turn vision into reality? Can you imagine aligning your passions, purpose, and profession without compromise? Well, you're not alone, and you're in the right place. I get it because I am you. I'm Jatia Jones of Jatia Jones Consulting, and I've walked the path of a multi-passionate. Welcome to the Confident and Courageous Clarity Podcast. Join me for inspiring conversations with multi-passionate CEOs who've turned their diverse passions into a force for change. We dive deep into our collective experiences, sharing invaluable lessons, and providing you with a strategic roadmap to manifest the life and business of your wildest dreams. This isn't just a podcast, it's a movement. And I'm not just your podcast host, I'm your partner in this dynamic journey. You, me, and the incredible community of multi-passionates. Get ready to unlock the confidence, courage, and clarity to help you become the world-changing, multi-passionate CEO you were destined to be. Welcome to another edition of the Confident and Courageous Clarity Podcast with me, Jatia Jones. I'm super excited about this week's topic because I believe many of you can relate. So I know for years, majority of my life, I took pride in being the underdog. And it wasn't until I was this big age that I am now, as you can see the grades, okay, that I realized those that considered me the underdog, it wasn't that they didn't just see me coming, right? For whatever reason, 1 plus 1 did not equal 2. And I didn't understand that that truly meant they didn't value me. They saw the value, but they didn't value, right? So it's like seeing the Louis Vuitton on clearance at TJ Maxx. They knew it was a real, they knew it was the truth, they had the same quality, but they thought they should have paid TJ Maxx prices for it because they didn't value the packaging, right? And what brought me to this like aha moment, which is absolutely bonkers, is recently I had this person who, over some time now, will always ask me like questions about, like business stuff. But recently, this is how bananas it is that this just clicked. They were asking me for uh entertainment suggestions, like what am I watching on Netflix? And I was like, well, what I'm currently watching, you would not like because I'm thinking from their lens, right? It's like, however, this, you would love. So we're sitting there and they asked me this question and I gave them my suggestions. And like 15, 20 minutes passed by and they're flipping from everything from CNN to like just random stuff. And I was like, why did you ask if you weren't going to even see if you like them? To make a longer story short, they went with my first suggestion, and I got a phone call the next day, and it's like, just so you know, it might be pretty good because I'm on episode yada yada. And I was like, ugh, because this isn't the first time that this individual has inquired about something because they know that I know that I know. But literally in that 15 to 20 minutes, they sat there and looked for everything else to continue watching and completely discarded my suggestions. And when I brought it to their attention, they were like, no, I heard you. And it's like, I know you heard me, but you wasted my time and my breath because you did not even look to see. And then when you did, you loved it. Why am I telling you this? Because this also carried over into business. Like the people that I initially wanted to help because my heart, and I have a soft spot in my heart for those that used to be me. But what I realized is that who I used to be also would inquire and do the research and take the suggestions and see if it worked best for me. And if it didn't, cool. But I wasn't out here wasting people's time. And in that very moment, I realized I am still doing this to a certain extent all around in life, all based on the fact that I used to wear being the underdog as a badge of honor. Because it was like, I'm going to show them. When half of these people could care less when I showed them. And I was doing everything still for other people because it was like, I'm going to show you. So this was for other people. I was not making moves and plays for me or for those that it even mattered to, i.e., my target population, right? And even though now that it's shifted at this phase of life, I still found myself, there's a small part of me that's like, I still love a good nanny boo boo, and I'm gonna show you because you underestimated me. But what I had to then pivot and say, why are we putting energy in places where we know that they see our value, but we're still not valued? And we are trying to do more to get them to see our value. Why is that? And then when I went through the journaling process, I always tell you all to journal. I was doing that in corporate at the 9 to 5, right? It's like if I just do more, I'm doing all the things, then they'll see, and then I will be rewarded, acknowledged, whatever the case may be. And so as I'm writing out like all of these examples of, experiences and things that have happened in life, I realized I've been conditioned, like I said, at this big age, to be more, do more, and try to get people to see instead of just going to where they already see and value. Why am I trying to get you to just value because I know you see it, but I'm focused more on the deficit than not? And then that led to other things in life, like, why are you focused on those who really don't support you, who really don't, again, value, right? When you have a huge support system and you know it and you treasure them and you value them, but your heart still hurts and you're still trying to get those minority to do X, Y, and Z. And then I started to question or inquire from some of my target population. And as multi-passionates, it was a common thread across the board. We spend a lot of time, one, because we've been conditioned, and two, because so many people underestimate us, don't understand us, that we're just used to over explaining, showing up and above and beyond, and giving more than desired, requested, and or even needed because of our life experiences and wanting to be seen and understood, heard, and valued. And I'm here to tell you to shift your perspective from the deficit, those who we have to force and push, whether it's in the 9 to 5, so professional or personal relationships, or even with yourself, and focus on the surplus. Where are those spaces, people, and places that already see the value and value your gifts, talents, who you are as a person, whatever the case may be? Excuse me, evaluate, journal, write down different experiences in life where you felt the need to go above and beyond. As people of color, we're always taught we have to do 10 times better just to be valued at the same level as our counterparts. And we don't. We just need to go to places and be with people who see our value and value us, because those companies, organizations, people, whatever, they know our value. They don't value us, therefore we don't value us, therefore they don't value us, and they don't pay what we're worth. So that's it. That's all. That's this episode. It is one of my ahas that I hope you take to heart, that I hope you grab a sheet of paper, journal, whatever, and really go deep and see where the areas are in your life that you're trying to force or overgive, show up, serve, whatever the case may be, just to be seen and valued. Because you're seen. That's why you're there. That's why you're in that place. That's why you're in that space. But it's the seen and valued. And let's pivot from the deficit to the surplus. So if this space, place, people, it ain't giving what it was supposed to give, let's go where that is, even if it takes time to figure it out. And coming with this is grief. This whole process is full of grief, like, because that means we have to let go people, places, things, dreams, the idea, the way that we were going to make a thing. We have to let go of that. We have to grieve those things in order to truly embrace what is meant and what is best for us to be our best. So that's it. That's all. Just like every other episode, you guys go grab your merch. You see, this is the definition of a multi-passionate. Let other multi-passionates out there know that they're not alone by wearing and being a walking, talking billboard in support for those that are like you. Okay. Link to the shop is in the show notes. I hope you guys have a marvelous, marvelous, marvelous Monday. And this aha of mine can be definitely one of yours that will course correct you into catapulting you closer to your dreams sooner, quicker, faster. So that's it. Talk to you next week, if not sooner. Have a great one. Thank you for tuning into another episode of the Confident and Courageous Clarity Podcast. I hope you found the incredible stories and insights shared to be helpful. Now, before you go, I want to take a moment to express my genuine gratitude to each and every one of you. Your commitment to aligning your passions, purpose, and profession is what makes this podcast community so special. If you resonated with any of today's episode, I encourage you to hit the subscribe button. By subscribing, you're not just joining a podcast, you're becoming a part of a movement that celebrates the brilliance of being multi-passionate. To amplify this movement, I need your help. Share this podcast with your friends, colleagues, and fellow multi-passionates. Let's create a ripple effect of empowerment and inspiration. Lastly, I'm eager to hear your thoughts. What stood out the most in today's episode? Drop a comment or share your takeaways on social media by using the hashtag Confident and Courageous Clarity Podcast. Your insights might just spark a connection or the clarity someone else needs. Remember, the power of multi-passionates lies in our collective journey, and by sharing our stories, not only do we inspire each other, but also break down barriers and redefine success on our own terms. Your support means the world, and together we're building a space where multi-passion meets purpose and dreams evolve into reality. Stay confident, stay courageous, and let's continue this transformative journey together. Until next time, keep thriving and becoming the world-changing multi-passionate CEO you were destined to be. If you're not a part of the community and desire to join us, click the link in the show notes or visit jatiajones.com/community.